What's going on, everyone? Lazy Shadow LP here, back on the unofficial film. Well, the moment we all been waiting for has finally arrived. The Battlefield 6 multiplayer reveal just dropped, and we got to see some actual live gameplay from our favorite streamers. My immediate reaction? Simple. It looks like Battlefield. And you know what? I'm absolutely hyped. Seriously, from the massive map to the return of all-out warfare, the vehicles, the destruction, it got that classic Battlefield DNA pumping through his veins. Just watching those first glimpses got the blood flowing. I'm already counting down the days. Performance power in my rig. Now, being the tech nerd that I am, I was definitely paying attention to the system these streamers was using. We saw some folks using last gen Intel CPUs paired with RTX 4080 Supers, pushing well over 150 frames per second. And that got me thinking, my own rig. I'm rocking a Ryzen 9 16 core beast, fingers crossed with my 5080 RTX 5080 rating in the wing. Seeing those numbers tell me one thing: I'm absolutely gonna be maxing out this thing in glorious 4K. And that's when my excitement really kicks in a high gear, because Battlefield has always been about that cinematic scale, that feeling of being in the middle of an all-out military operation, and that experience with all of the graphical bell and whistles, it cranked to the max, absolutely insane. That's the kind of immersion that I crave. The visual clarity, question. However, and there's always a however, right? I've heard rumblings about, and I've even noticed a little in gameplay, with so much happening on screen, the explosion, the debris, the sheer number of players, it might be difficult to pick out individual enemies. That's a valid concern. Now, it brings me to this, a bit of a question of priorities. We all know, the competitive scene. Streamers often dial down their settings to the absolute minimum. Low textures, no shadows, everything stripped back with maximum visibility and that competitive edge. And look, I get it. Fractions of seconds make all the difference when you're playing for keeps. The devs' visions and player optimization. But here's what I keep coming back to. Developers pour their heart and soul into creating these stunning visuals and these incredibly detailed worlds. Destruction physics, the environmental effects, the sheer cinematic nature of the Battlefield game at its best. That's all a part of the intended experience. So I have to wonder, why not play the game maxed out, or at least for the initial experience, to truly appreciate all of the work that went into creating this military sandbox. And we are also laser focused on that competitive edge that we all willing to sacrifice for the visual spectacle that makes Battlefield, Battlefield. It's a question I'm going to be pondering as we get closer to release. I'm hyped beyond belief. Don't get me wrong, but I also hope that we can find a balance between competitive viability and experience this game the way that it was truly meant to be seen. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. This has been Lazy Shadow LP for the unofficial official. Stay tuned for more Battlefield 6 coverage as we get close to the launch. Like and subscribe. See you on the Battlefield. Hope we're all the cranked up.